Good morning. It is Wednesday, December 1st. My name is Katie Tutzlaw, and this is the Jess Strom Show. We have two amazing guests with us today. Ladies, how are we doing today?
Good.
Folks, for folks that don't know, Olivia Hudson, Halle Herrington, can you please both introduce yourself to the camera? Go ahead, Liv. We'll start with you.
I'm Olivia Hudson. I am a junior in the classroom, sophomore on the court. I'm from Altoona, PA, and I'm majoring in health science.
Woo-hoo.
I am Halle Herrington. I am also a junior in the classroom, sophomore on the court. I am from Phillipsburg, Pennsylvania, and I'm majoring in sport management.
Alrighty, so there they are. I guess the sophomores, but really juniors. Kind of a crazy. When I think so far about both of your college experience, it has been really, really unique to say the least. So, freshman year, you come in ready to roll. Kind of got going with the in season. NCAA tournament hits, boom, COVID. So you didn't even truly have a real end to the freshman year. Just kind of the best part of the season was ended, and then going into that next year, canceled. At home for the fall. We're able to come back in the spring, and then really just kind of started hopefully a true real season this year. So tell me so far, Liv, about this experience so far. A lot of highs, a lot of lows. Tell me so far about your experience here at Cal.
I love being at Cal. I really enjoy the people here. I enjoy our team. I think we have a really good program, very welcoming program. So I really enjoy my time here.
And how have you handled kind of the ups and downs that came along? I mean, I think for everybody, last year not being able to play was really, really difficult. Did you take it and run with it, or just kind of putting that in the past and focusing on now? Kind of tell me about your process for how everything happened.
I was really sad actually at first, just because I've never gone like that long without playing basketball. So, but then you look at the positives. So I was able to be home with family and really see them a lot, focus on my schooling a lot more too. So, both negative and positive. But now I'm just trying to not take advantage of the season now and just put all that in the past and just focus on now and
right now.
Yeah.
Great. And Halle, same for you. So far your experience at Cal U, how's it been? And tell us, back that up with how you handled, what has taken place so far in the career.
It's been good, honestly. Great family atmosphere here. Just can't say enough about it. Really enjoy it. But coming off COVID, or during the COVID, it was rough, honestly. Sending videos every day, trying to at least. But I think we came out of COVID ready.
Yeah.
We were ready to attack the season, ready to attack PSAC play. We're ready.
Do you think, Halle, for you, it's kind of made you not take basketball for granted? Do you think it's kind of made you appreciate, kind of going through what you had to go through and the day-to-day grind of basketball?
Oh, yeah. Not being able to get into a gym during COVID, it was rough. Then trying to battle the weather outside, but yeah.
You figured it out. And, that's one of the things that I think for both of you, probably a lot of your identity, your whole lives has kind of been, basketball player. And when you've done that and you've both been super successful at it, it's kind of weird when someone just kind of takes that away and it's just who am I? What am I doing? And one thing I do think is great is you guys are getting it done in the classroom and focusing on that. But I feel like this year when everybody came in, it just was different. I feel like there was a lot of joy. Okay, we're able to start basketball season. So why don't you talk to us, Liv, about the preseason process after being off a year? And we've talked to everybody about this. Having the preseason, after being off, even though that we had practice in the spring, it wasn't like it typically is preseason, and then how we've been practicing since the 15th.
Right. Well, I kind of knew now what to expect during preseason, because freshman year was kind of a smack to the face, not thinking it was going to be that difficult. So I kind of mentally prepared myself and physically prepared myself before I got here, so it wasn't too much. But my body still hasn't gone through that in a really long time, so that was a big problem during the preseason. But I think our team attacked it really well. It really wasn't a huge problem for us. We got through the tough time, so.
Yep. And Halle, for you, same?
Same thing, pretty much. Just having the knowledge of what we do, what it takes to play during the season, and how much hard work it really pays off.
Yeah. And, I always say this, I don't think people understand, like outsiders. I know basketball players and coaches and even some of your families have an understanding, but I don't think people really understand the day-to-day grind that comes with being a college athlete.
Right.
And we wake up in the morning and we go pretty early and, I think with this program, it's like no holds bar. I think we get after it day to day. Tell me how that is for you and how like you have transformed, because to me, when I look at you all, and I know we missed you're vets, you're veterans. I feel like you've been here forever, but I mean, really technically it's only your second season, but kind of what you're able to do and how you put yourself out there every day. To me, I just look like you've been there, done that. Tell me about your day-to-day grind and kind of how you take care of business.
Well, I feel like a lot of people who make it to this level like already go through being through basketball for years, and like it's really a mental thing, I think. Just making yourself get up, go and do the practice, and that's really what it is for me mentally, because physically, like, I can do it, I can get through it, but I just gotta force myself to really
Absolutely
get up and do what I have to do. That's it.
Yeah, and Halle, same to you. Like your vet presence. Do you think that you just kind of had that after playing your freshman year and then being here this spring, or you just kind of, like you said, what's expected? Tell me about your day-to-day process.
It's kind of like the same thing with Liv, just getting enough sleep the night before, so you're ready, getting your work done, so you don't have to stay up constantly. But yeah, just mentally preparing yourself is good.
Cool. So far, let's put the the preseason in the past. We jumped right into basketball season. I feel like it happened from October 15th to the first game. It was like
so fast.
Whoop. And next thing you know, I felt like the day before we played West Liberty, I was like, oh, it's here. Even though we prepared, it was just like, oh my goodness. And there was so much excitement. And I think that kind of excitement has rolled in. How do you think that we have started the beginning of the year?
I think we started really well. This year it feels like a lot of connection between a lot of us. So I think we play really well together, and I'm really excited to see like how far we can go in our season.
Halle, same for you. Like, start of the season so far. How do you think the squad's doing? Like, just kind of a little evaluation.
I think we're doing pretty good. We're pretty physical underneath, honestly. Just playing together, good. We connect well.
Good, yeah. And do you think that spring helped just to kind of get to know people? We have newcomers on the team. Not only, we have two real new freshmen, but we had Z and JB come in, in the spring as freshmen, and also Deja and C come in as transfers. Do you feel like that spring was really helpful for us to kind of get to know each other?
For sure. I feel like we were able to hang out with each other a lot more and know each other, and we were only the people on campus too.
And we didn't travel. It wasn't like you had a ton going on. It was basically just school and basketball practice, not even games. It wasn't like you were separated from each other. So, you can kind of take a negative into a positive, being the only one and making that, like you said before. What are you guys most looking forward to as we're done with Thanksgiving break, which I think is always nice. I feel like you have those first 4 games, you get a little break, you take a deep breath, hang out with your family for a bit, because it's probably been a while since you've been home. And then it's like go time until Christmas. I believe it's 5 games before Christmas, starting PSAC play here on Friday, our crossover at Blooming East Stroudsburg. What are you most looking forward to as we have the first 4 under the belt, and we're moving forward?
Definitely PSAC play. I feel like that's what I'm excited for, because I know a lot of people on different teams, so I'm excited to play those games. And also, obviously, March. I feel like I'm really excited for March. So all these games leading up to that really matter. So I'm excited to play those.
And they matter because these games get you to March.
Get you to the March,
yeah,
yes.
We obviously, you think about it, but you really take it game by game. Yeah. Halle, for you, what are you most excited about, like this squad and development as we go through this?
Just growing together, learning more about each other, and just playing PSAC play. Yeah, it's super competitive, and we're ready for it.
Now, an interesting question, because I just thought about this. So your freshman year, we played a different defense that we had in the past, kind of like revamped something. But we're now back to all-out Cal U defense. What are your thoughts so far on like how we're playing D, how much effort and energy it takes to play that kind of defense? What are your thoughts on that?
It's definitely you have to have a lot more energy. You have to be in good shape to play the defense because playing those 40 minutes, it's a lot. It definitely is. But when you also have people that are solid players, know their roles, and get in and are athletic, it makes it a lot easier as well. So I would say just really having the energy to play it is really hard. Yeah.
And for you, Halle, to back that, was it hard for you to understand it, or did you feel like you just kind of picked up right kind of where we left off prior at the beginning of your freshman year?
I feel like I picked up pretty well, like, as soon as we started doing it again. Like, during the spring, we worked on it hard, so that allowed us to gain more knowledge and help the freshmen coming in.
For sure. Because to me, it's like you guys have played it your whole career, but really you haven't.
Really haven't.
Yeah. So, when I see you guys out there, I feel like you've been here for 5 years.
Yeah.
I mean, you really have. It's so funny to me how that works, but I think that is telling of what kind of workers you guys are. Because, if we're sitting there thinking like you're vets and you have an understanding of the defense, even though you haven't really played it, this is the first year, that means that you guys obviously are intense, you're hardworking, and you pick up on things mentally to really understand it. So hats off to you guys. So I know we're really looking forward to the progress of our team and the progress of you guys seeing you play. I know this is your first time this year on the Jess Strom Show, and I know you have class in about 10 minutes.
Yes.
So we would love to wrap this off. We want to thank Halle and Liv for coming to the Jess Strom Show, and we will be back right in a few minutes with the main lady, Jess Strom.
Vulcan basketball is back. At Bloomsburg, at East Stroudsburg. Women at Bowie State. Men home versus Carlow. Home versus Westchester. Home versus Millersville. Home versus Kutztown. Home versus IUP. At UPJ. At Shepherd. Home versus Slippery Rock. At Edinburgh. At Clarion. At Mercyhurst. Home versus Gannon. Home versus Seton Hill. At Slippery Rock. Home versus Pitt Johnstown. Women at Salem. At IUP. Home versus Edinburgh. At Seton Hill. Home versus Clarion. Home versus Mercyhurst. At Gannon. Follow the Vulcans live on CUTV Sports 1, on the PSAC Digital Network, and at calvulcans.com.
Welcome back to the Jess Strom Show. Jess Strom, how are we doing today?
Great.
Great? Yep.
Yeah.
It's a good day.
It's a good day to be a Vulcan.
Always. Every day is a great day to be a Vulcan. Let's recap a little bit real quick. How was your Thanksgiving?
Good. It was different. We had 4 whole days off this year, so it seemed like an eternity. But it was good. Hectic for me. I guess I told the kids it's more relaxing being here than it is being at home for,
with all the chaos.
For 4 days. But it was good. Like, Thanksgiving's one of my favorite times. Obviously ate too much, but it was good to hang out with my family.
Did you have one of your faves, pumpkin pie?
Sure did.
Just not on my top list of best Thanksgiving foods. I know it reigns really high for others, but I just don't get the excitement.
Yep.
Like, I'd much rather have stuffing with gravy than pumpkin pie, but I mean, to each their
can
own.
have both.
Yeah, I did have both. Even though I don't like it very much, I think I had a sliver. So, but that's another story for another time. Let's go back. It's been a while since we had a show. Fairmont State playing 2 alumni coaches.
Yeah.
Steph and Mickey, both Cal U alum, women's basketball alums. Tell us a little bit about that game.
Yeah, I remember. I think we talked about it before the game. We haven't really talked about it after, but like we said, it was us playing us. And I think the good thing about that was we knew kind of where to take advantage of some things. We talked a lot about taking advantage of mismatches during that game. And you'll see them right away. I think we wanted to go inside a lot. They switched everything. So Deja had a huge game.
Huge game.
I think she had 33 points.
And we really were much different in terms of size.
Yeah, especially, Deja was bigger than them, but our guards were bigger also. And I think we did a good job getting her the ball in good spots. But I think just basically from the beginning, we had a pretty good game plan of where we could score. I think after this game as coaches, we were like, man, we could have played better defense. But I don't know if anyone else thought that but us. But you'll see. Sierra does a great job in these. You can see her. She gets people wide open shots.
Yeah, and people kind of firing on all cylinders. I know Deja had a huge game, but getting contributions from everybody, and that's been so much fun to watch so far.
Yeah, it's really cool to watch that you can't focus really on one person defensively for us because other people can score. Yeah, I think people have been doing a really, really good job finding their niche and like where they're going to get their shots. And I think you can see in this like a lot of different people taking advantage of their opportunities.
Yeah, and just a huge game in the paint against Fairmont, which we're really, I think, pumped about, getting much closer looks, closer to the basket, moving in transition, just getting people open layups. I think that's been huge to our success.
Yeah, it's always for us. I mean, if we don't have to set up a play and we can score in transition, it's always good for us. And these make me laugh because our bench was so fired up. I think that everyone has been doing a good job when they're on the bench too, just being there for our team, being engaged.
I love it.
Yeah, it was just a team effort, and I think you see pulling away at the end here. And getting an opportunity for everybody to get some time. It's been good. Everybody needs to get a little bit of experience.
Yeah, and Z with the big three there, JB, 2 freshmen, I guess technically kind of sophomores, but on the court freshmen at the end there. And the final was 96-66. And again, really some big games for people.
Yeah, it was, like I said, from the beginning, I feel like we kind of controlled the game, the tempo of the game, and then everybody got a chance to play, which is good.
Yep, and then that odd game before break that I think all players are ready to go home, and all coaches, I think, across America are a little nervous, like, what kind of team are you going to get? I feel like we talk about this every year. It's that game that scares me, like, where are you mentally? Are you here on campus? Are you already home?
Right.
Wanting a little break, needing a little break, but was really, really pumped about how we came out against Central State.
Yeah, I think going into it, because we've had some bad experiences before break where we don't show up for games. So I think our kids did a good job focusing for that 40 minutes. I know they were excited to go home, but, I think we came into that game with a little chip on our shoulder about some things. So I think we came in and wanted to really attack them right away. I think in the first media, they had 11 turnovers. So in the first 5 minutes of the game, we really were turning them over a ton. And I think we ended with forcing 39, which just like that always leads to, layups on the other end. So for us, it was a huge game before break. Again, everybody got to play some good minutes. And you see that I think we're sharing the ball really, really well. I think that we're unselfish. Like, again, right there, Shauna's open, but she gives one more extra pass. Yeah, I think that we're sharing the ball really, really well, finding the open player. And, again, anybody can score for us.
Yeah, we just kind of came out with, I think, a sense of purpose. Nice attack to the rim there by Maya Woodyard. Just a sense of purpose, like we kind of wanted to be the aggressor. We wanted to be physical. We wanted to get steals. I was really happy that was like kind of the first game that like I said, we did think that we had a chip on our shoulder.
Yeah, and I think it was just, we wanted to come out and make a statement early, and I think we did, and kind of just cruise the rest of the game. We talked a lot about not letting people back in the game when we get a lead, so I think we're working on that, and I think they did a good job in this game.
Yeah, it's just so fun to watch, the squad share the ball like that. It seems like there's a lot of joy in playing. Like, everybody's pointing, everybody's happy on, the bench, just really excited. A lot of energy and from everybody. I think that's so much appreciated as a coaching staff.
Yeah, it is, and I think it's because they genuinely like each other. I think maybe Liv talked about it a little bit earlier that like they have a connection. They are kind of getting together as a team, and the spring I think helped that a ton. So I think they are genuinely happy for each other, and when someone makes a good move or a nice pass, I think they are really excited for each other.
Yep. And Talia getting in, and you see the bench go nuts.
This one makes me laugh because they run into each other.
And it's really nice. A lot of younger players were able to get some critical minutes, and we always say you can't get experience until you get experience.
Yeah, it was huge for us. Both those games, we got a good lead, and everybody could get in and play. And our standard does not change no matter who's in the game. So, I mean, we're up 30 against Central State, I'm still standing up coaching them the same exact way because they need to get better. We all need to get better. But I was happy with everybody's effort. Everyone that went in, I think, gave the same effort, which is a win for us.
Yeah, and like you said, I think you said it best, like, when you get better, we get better. And that's the most important thing that, everybody, both in games and in practice, is just trying so hard every day to improve because, I think for us, like, if you're satisfied right now being 4-0, then this isn't the place to be.
Yeah, and I don't think they are. I think
Nope.
that we've gained some confidence and just a little bit of playing experience. These kids haven't played together ever.
Yep.
This group. So, I think we're gaining confidence every game just and being comfortable playing together.
Sure. And I always say that too. It's, what you do in practice is what's going to, play out. And I feel like, we've had some really, really great practices before those games. And, hopefully we can carry that into PSAC play. So tell us, Jess, a little bit about first PSAC Crossover of the year. Kind of really excited, though, that we do a conference challenge because it sets you up for that, those back-to-back days, staying overnight in a hotel. I love that we do that the first 2 games of the year because I do think it helps not only for the PSAC crossovers, but also, when you think larger picture, how you kind of do things in March.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge for us just for them to learn, like, you're going to be tired the second day, and just how to overcome that. But I'm just super excited for PSAC play. I feel like it's the best time of the year. I mean, it leads up to the end of the season, but right now, like, the PSAC is so competitive, and I think every game is just a battle. And I'm excited for the kids that haven't played in the PSAC to play and kind of get an understanding and see. We say it a lot, but just to kind of understand, like, the daily grind of it.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I think as coaches, I mean, there's such respect for all teams in the PSAC. There is never a night that you go into PSAC play, and I don't think any time we think that, where you think, hey, this is a for sure win. You never go in there. I mean, everybody is battling because this is how it's been for years. I mean, teams are just ready to go day in, day out. Well coached, and players are great. They work hard. They're prepared. It's a fun conference to be in.
Yeah, it really is. There literally is no game that we go into and, like, we're going to come in and expect, we're going to expect our best and we're going to expect our best effort, but we don't ever overlook any opponents.
Nope. And it's so fun too. Like, I love having the opportunity to kind of, be with our players a little bit more. You take that long bus ride up, you get there. This is the first trip we'll be traveling with the men's team in a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we've been on a packed bus. So that's going to be something new. Even the freshmen, they've never been, on this trip with another group of people.
Yeah.
So, and, just another exciting opportunity to kind of spend some time with each other and just get better as a program, I think is super exciting.
Yeah, I think they kind of like road trips. I mean, it's fun. Stay in a hotel, eat out. It's just, our team together away from home. And I'm hoping that, I think, we have some kids that will have families and friends come to some of the games, so we should have some support out there.
And let's get a little, what are you anticipating for our matchup versus Bloom?
Watching Bloom, they just work hard. They're kind of scrappy. They play hard. They just work hard. They're pretty fundamentally sound.
For sure.
So for us, I think it's just going to be about doing what we do best. We can only control our effort, our intensity. Liv talked about energy defensively. That stuff is non-negotiable because you
have to bring it.
Yeah, you have to bring it, and that's just a choice to make. That's not missing shots or turning the ball over. Those are things that we can bring every single game. So I'm just looking forward to that, seeing our defensive energy come out on Friday, and then, turning
right
it
back
around
at
and getting right back at it for Saturday.
Yeah, and then a long trip back. I always say this, when the games are done and the buzzer goes off and we watch the men's team play, you have that 5-hour trip back home, Saturday or Sunday, kind of a recovery day to get your stuff, and then we're right back at it to prepare for Bowie.
Yeah, this is that time of the season where it gets long. That's a bit long trip. We'll probably get back in the middle of the night, but it is what it is. The game is scheduled,
and we're ready to play.
Yeah, and you just have to be ready to play it. I think we've been trying this year to understand rest a little bit more than I usually do. So, we'll figure out next week and see what's best for our team. But
Do you do that based off like kind of the gauge of the players, like, where they are, where you think they are?
Yeah, I think that, we don't really ask, but I think we can tell. And, this team doesn't really complain either outwardly. I'm sure, they're hurting a little bit and they might to each other, but it's not like they're ever going to complain or, I think they enjoy working hard and getting better. But I have learned that rest is
necessary.
Yes, is necessary and more important than I probably thought a
Think
little bit
that
ago.
as you've gotten further along in your coaching career?
Yeah, definitely. For sure. I mean, obviously, when we're there, we're going as hard as we possibly can.
Yep.
And nothing has changed. But especially with a whole year off for them, I mean, they have not competed like this. So it's like their bodies are going through shock.
And maybe I have a good question for you that I probably haven't asked you, even though we talk every single day. Do you think as you've gotten further along in your coaching career, especially your head coaching career, do you think some things have kind of changed about maybe you, your personality, your philosophy, or anything like that as you've come, from your first few years to now?
I don't think philosophy has changed at all. I think I'm very much still believe in what I've always believed in, like
Hard work,
outworking everybody, just
effort.
being more physical. Yeah, I just think being tougher, like I just always feel like we have the identity of being like the underdog, even when we're not the underdog, kind of just playing mad. Like someone said something about your mom. Like, I feel like that's just how we are.
For sure.
So
but
that
I feel like that's
hasn't
who we are.
Yeah.
I feel like that's who we are, from the coaching staff to the athletic trainers, like to everybody involved with our program. Like, just kind of have like a little chip on your shoulder, like that people didn't think that we could amount. I'm not just saying that. It's like kind of like that mentality, that
I think that's very
that
much,
dog mentality,
and
that fight.
has not changed.
No.
I think I've become more reasonable and probably realistic in my older age, but like at the beginning of my career, I probably would have been like, "You're not hurt. Like, you keep practicing." Like, I feel like I would have been more
Different.
like that. Yeah, and I think I'm just more realistic now and like understand maybe a little bit more that way. But I think ever since I had children, I'm a little different also, like understanding feelings
days,
a little bit more.
emotions.
Yeah, a little bit more than that. But no less demanding or
Absolutely
anything like
not.
that.
Just, I feel like you always say like it just kind of is what it is.
Yeah.
We have to prepare a certain way. This is what we do. This is how we're going to play, and we have to execute that every day. What are you looking forward to this road trip?
Just PSAC play starting. I feel like it's been a very long time. I feel like our kids are excited. I feel like we're ready. We've prepared. I feel like we've played some different teams in this little preseason, in these 4 games. I think they've all been very different styles. So I think we're prepared for whatever. It's a quick turnaround physically, but also mentally, because we don't look ahead. I know we talked about that for the conference challenge. Like East Stroudsburg, I've watched, but not scouted. I watch every game that's on, but I have not watched them critically.
But you always do that. You take it game by game. Have always.
Yeah, so and for the kids too, like it is a 24-hour turnaround for them, for their scout, for, their player personnel, for their play. So just looking forward to us growing,
sure.
having some fun.
I feel like we've been off for a while. I feel like it's so weird to say that, but I feel like because we haven't played a game since before Thanksgiving I feel like Thanksgiving was 10 years ago. I don't know why it feels that. It feels like the time this year.
A week ago tomorrow.
I know. I feel like the time is just going so quickly this year. Do you get that feeling that it's just going at warp speed?
It is, and I feel like it's going to fly by. That's why I hope we just take advantage of the time we have together and just enjoy. Like, I know we all look forward to the end of the season. Hopefully we put ourselves in a good position to be playing.
The journey.
Yeah, but enjoy these little things. Like, enjoy practice. Enjoy just being around each other. Enjoy shoot-arounds, like get up for each game, because obviously that was taken away from us for a while. So
Yep. That's always the goal. Get better every day.
Yep.
Well, you heard it from Jess Strom. Please join us. Give us a watch on our games this Friday, December 3rd, and Saturday, December 4th. Cal U at Bloomsburg. That's December 3rd, 5:30. The women's, 7:30. The men's on the PSAC network, and then we go right to Cal U at East Stroudsburg, December 4th, 5:30. Men, 7:30. PSAC network. So We're happy that you joined us for the Jess Strom Show. We hope you have a great day. Thanks again.